A last hug as an accidentally free man. William Billy Smith had been the subject of a major manhunt. This morning, he turned up at Wandsworth prison. Not caught by the police, not in handcuffs. He simply walked in. All caught on camera exclusively by ITV News. It's not often someone asks a prison officer for advice on how to get put back inside. This was where he was released in error on Monday, the exact same day he'd been sentenced to 45 months for fraud. With a quick final wave to his partner, he went inside. Smith was one of 2 prisoners accidentally released from Wandsworth in the space of a week. The other, Brahim Kadur Sherif, a 24-year-old Algerian sex offender, is still on the run. Shortly after heading into Wandsworth this morning, Billy Smith came back out for a quick final cigarette. Both Smith and Kadur Sherif were freed by mistake after the government promised the strongest ever checks on releases. And that was in response to the accidental release of Hadush Kebatu, a migrant who sexually assaulted a 14-year-old in Epping. He was deported to Ethiopia after a 3-day manhunt.
Clearly something has gone wrong here and we need to get to the bottom of that. We're bringing in some expert tech wizards, a crack team to help our prison staff who are dealing with reams and reams of paperwork in the 21st century. That's totally unacceptable. We've got Dame Lynn Owens doing a rapid review, coming forward with recommendations about how this happened and what more we can do. And we've also convened an urgent meeting of governors of prisoners in England and Wales.
There's been a dramatic rise in the number of accidental prisoner releases. 262 were let out in error in the year leading up to March 2025. That's more than double the year before, when the total was 115, and the year before was 87.
This is a complete shambles. The Justice Secretary's now got to get a grip and put in place the robust checks that he promised to protect the public.
Billy Smith may be back behind bars, but even the manner of his return heaps more humiliation on the government. Sam Holder, ITV News.
Let's join our political reporter Jasmine Cameron-Cheleshi now. Jasmine, the pressure is clearly building on David Lammy. Have we heard from him today yet?
We have. So in a social media post, David Lammy confirmed that William Smith is now in custody. He also described the spike in mistaken releases as, quote, unacceptable, and said the government was working on modernising prison systems. But he's personally come under pressure from MPs over what he knew and when in relation to Brahim Kadur Sherif's case, who is now, as we know, still on the run. Now, in PMQs yesterday, David Lammy avoided multiple questions on whether he knew of any asylum seekers who had been accidentally released since the release of the Epping migrant sex offender. It's since emerged that he was informed about Mr Kadur Sherif's release on Tuesday evening, but didn't tell MPs to avoid preempting any statement from the police. It's worth mentioning that we understand this individual isn't an asylum seeker. And the government in general is under pressure over its handling of the asylum and justice system more broadly. As we know, officials are meeting with prison governors today, but the big question is whether any of these new measures will be enough to prevent further high-profile releases in the future.
Jasmine Cameron-Cheleshi, thank you.